let's talk about AI and writing. Because, wow, this is a topic that stirs up a lot of feelings. I've been hesitant to even make this video, but it keeps popping up in my YouTube inspiration. So here we are. Before we go any further, I just want to say what I'm sharing today is just my perspective. You might not agree with everything I say, and that's okay. My goal isn't to argue. It's just to offer a thoughtful take from the perspective of a self-published author who really cares about storytelling. Let's keep the conversation kind. Now, there's a big difference between using AI to generate an entire novel for you and using it as an assistant. First of all, I don't even know how anybody could get a full AI written novel that's publishable without some major human rewriting. And second, I don't think that's how authors should be using AI. Ultimately, that's up to them, but there will be consequences. Readers are smart, and they will notice if there's a story that isn't being led by a human voice. But here's the thing. AI is here, and it isn't going anywhere. Like any tool, I believe that it comes down to the way we use it. So here's where a lot of people draw the line. The idea that AI is stealing from authors because it's being trained on copyrighted material. And that's not a conspiracy. As we've just seen recently as well in the media and the news, that there was a company who was actually using pirated books, which is completely wrong, and they should be held accountable for that. It's unethical, and it disrespects the people who have poured their heart and their soul into their stories. And I understand that these AI companies need material in order to train their AI. Because just like humans, we read as well to be able to learn. We absorb books, blogs, movies, TV shows, you name it. We don't copy it word for word, but those things influence our voice and our storytelling ability and our imagination. In a way, AI is mimicking this process just on a massive scale. The key difference? Consent and credit. We choose what we want to read. Authors don't get a say when their work is scraped for AI. But things are starting to get interesting as we're moving a little more deeper into this new era of AI. I recently heard that HarperCollins reportedly made a deal with an AI company offering authors $2,500 per book to license their content for training. So instead of secretly using books, they're giving authors a choice and paying them. And that's what we need more of. If we're moving into a model where authors get to opt in and are compensated fairly, then I think that AI and writers can coexist in a way that feels more ethical. I think that authors should have the choice whether they want to use their books to train AI or not. I think that's only fair. Still, I've heard that some traditional publishing companies might reject manuscripts that had any type of AI, even assistance, like even brainstorming, for instance. I haven't confirmed that, and as a self-publishing author, that's not really something that I have to even worry about or deal with. But if it's true, it just shows how divided and uncertain that the industry still is. I don't think AI is the enemy. It all comes down to how we use it. To me, it's a tool. It's not a replacement for creativity. If someone lets AI write an entire novel for them and then they just slap their name on it, yes, I have a problem with that. That's definitely not creative writing. Your work needs to have your voice. It needs your influence to move the story along. But I think if you use AI to brainstorm, to get unstuck, to organize messy outlines, that's just working smarter. For my debut novel, The Untamed World, which is just up there, AI didn't even exist when I first started writing that. And even when it got around time to when I published it, I didn't really even know anything too much about AI. I mean, I'd hear the odd thing here and there, but I never really looked into it. By the way, if you're interested in reading the first 2 chapters of The Untamed World free, I do have a link of that below in the descriptions. But lately, I have been experimenting a bit with some different AI tools, and honestly, I do find it to be helpful for me, especially on days when my ADHD brain just does not want to cooperate. And I feel that if I would have known about AI, or it would have been a thing when I was working on my novel, that it could have been helpful and gotten me to move along a little bit faster. And even for editing, I think it would have made a huge difference. So I definitely think if we learn how to use it responsibly, we respect our creativity, and don't allow it to just take over, it could be a good thing. Another valid concern that writers have is privacy. Like, is AI stealing your input when you use these tools? It's a fair worry, and it's something that we should be careful about. I just learned recently that if you're using ChatGPT, there are settings you can change to protect yourself. Just go to Settings, Data Controls, and turn off the option that says Improve the model for everyone. That way, your chats won't be used to train future versions of the AI. Taking extra steps like that can help you to feel more secure when using AI tools for your work. So here is where I land when it comes to all of this. AI is here, whether we like it or not. We can try to avoid it, but it's already showing up in places we don't even notice. We can fight it, or we can figure out how to use it responsibly. I'm still learning, and I don't think that AI can replace imagination, heart, or skill. But I do think it can support those things when used intentionally by a human writer. I want to stay open to tools that can help me grow, not because I'm lazy and I want shortcuts, but because the whole process of writing is hard. And sometimes a little assisted help makes the difference between staying stuck or actually getting something onto the page. I feel like it's like many of the other technologies that have come along the way to be able to help us out a little bit. We no longer have to wash our clothes by hand. We have research at our fingertips with the internet. And I think AI is just another one of those new tools that are going to be able to help us to be able to progress even better in our writing, if we take the time to learn how to use it responsibly. But what do you think? Is AI hurting writers, or can it be helpful if used the right way? Let me know in the comments. I'd really love to hear your thoughts. Just please remember, please keep things kind and respectful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.